Hello, dear ones. I am Eleonora from the channel The Awakening Path, and today I have a very special guest with us. Are you a starseed? Have you heard of starseed? What it means to be a starseed? Also, she is specialized in Akashic Record guidance. My guest today is Galax Starborn. She really embraced her mission as a starseed to the point that she changed her name to Galax Starborn. So it's very clear that she is a starseed that is aware of her mission here at this important moment in the planet, in the end of our spiritual season. So Galax Starborn is an Akashic Records guide and Starseed code. Galax's mission is to help adults and children shine as the stars they are meant to be. Trained in Akashic Records Clearing with MA in Transpersonal Psychology, Galax regularly help clients to experience greater peace, fulfillment, and joy. And as myself, she is also trilingual. So this interview is in English, but I already invited her to come back to do another one in Spanish, and we're gonna be doing that. So please join me to welcome Galax Starborn. Just a second, she's coming. If you have any question for any one of us, feel welcome to put in the chat. She's coming, she's connecting her audio. So why I decided to promote those shows? Why I'm bringing here so many interesting people? Because it's important for us to know the options we have for healing. And each one of my guests have a specialty, a gift that can help you to overcome the issues that you are experiencing. I can't hear Galax yet or see her, but she is coming up just right now.
Hi there.
Thanks. Are you able to hear me?
I can hear you. Yes. Thank you so much.
Perfect. I can hear you too.
Yay.
You are requesting to, okay, you can record in your side.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So we are already alive. I asked some people, and so in the end, we can address those questions. But today is more about you. We want to get to know you, how you how has been your spiritual evolution to this point, and how you are embracing your mission and help people to align with that true self. So first, welcome and thank you for accepting the invitation.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Maria Eleonora. I feel so grateful that you invited me. I recall the day that you came up to my booth in Santa Monica when we were at an expo together, and you talked to me a bit about your podcast and, invited me on, and you have such a warm, gracious energy. So I'm delighted to be here with you and with your community.
Thank you so much. You are very, very welcome. And they already said you are also trilingual. And two of the languages kind of match with mine. The second one will be Spanish.
Right.
And just right here, I'd like to invite you to come back to have another interview in Spanish.
Oh, that would be so fun. Me gustaría mucho.
Entonces lo haremos después.
Okay.
Sorry if you don't speak Spanish, but we are done with Spanish for this one.
Yeah.
Galax, how everything started?
Well,
How suddenly is, I think I don't really fit in the narrative. Those things that I'm hearing doesn't really make much sense. How was your awakening spiritual evolution so far?
well, thank you for asking. It has been a journey for me. I was born into a fairly mainstream family, very loving family, but definitely not, woo-woo. And, had a fairly mainstream upbringing. And I do have an older brother with special needs and special gifts, and he's virtually nonverbal. So I did spend a lot of time learning how to communicate with him, tuning into what he needed, even though he couldn't always express it in words. And so that was something that from the start was there, an interest in helping other people who might be a little outside the box, helping them to navigate this world, and having a lot of caring and compassion for that. Uh, anyway, I went into education first. I became a French and Spanish teacher. And then I also taught ESL, English as a second language. I taught that abroad in France. And I did some support in English language classrooms here in the States. And I wound up doing some substitute teaching and working with all different students of all ages, always being drawn to how to help each individual to thrive. That was always my main draw. And at some point, it became clear to me that I wanted to see if I could integrate something a little bit more than just the academic curriculum. I was really interested in connecting with students from the heart and helping them grow and expand. And so I went into a master's program in transpersonal psychology, which is basically a form of psychology that blends mind, body, and spirit. And that was fascinating. I love
You
that.
went?
It's where was it? Oh, it's at the time it was called the Institute of Transpersonal Psychology. Now it's called Sophia University, but in Palo Alto. So it's a fantastic program, and you can either do at the time anyway, I don't know if it's changed now, but at the time you could either do the 3-year program and actually go into becoming a licensed therapist, or you could do the 2-year program. I decided to do the 2-year program, got a lot of skills, but by that point I was out in the Bay Area, which is like the mecca for metaphysics. I was going to all sorts of talks and workshops on, chakras and healing and intuition and the Akashic Records and, everything. And my exposure with that, I kind of started to feel like there was something more I wanted to do, that I wasn't going to be happy just being, a therapist. So anyway, it's really through going to a lot of events myself, getting readings, taking classes in the metaphysical realm, that all of a sudden it's just started to really click for me, that I particularly felt a draw to the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records is like an interdimensional library. It's the record of all souls for all time, and has information and wisdom and guidance for our path, has, past life situations, present life situations, future possibilities. And I really found that by tapping into that for myself, wow, things started to shift. And I also, along that, around that time, I was introduced to the idea of being a starseed, being someone who has had a past life before coming to Earth, a past life in other worlds and dimensions. And it was interesting. I had not consciously ever considered that possibility, but as soon as someone said it, I was like, that makes perfect sense. That explains so much. The sense of, not feeling like I've always fit in myself, but also always wanting to help others fit in, and help others to shine and thrive. So that as well led to an awakening and a deepening of connection with my team of star beings that's here with me. And at some point, it just felt natural to share with others. It's like I've gained so much, and I really want others to have an experience for themselves that's really fruitful and transformative, and can shift their path in the direction that they're longing to go. So that was about 15 years ago that I started doing readings professionally. And it's been just such a
Kind of
wonderful journey.
pioneer for many people.
Yeah.
Only the very brave ones start 15 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. And I want to acknowledge that it just feels like things are accelerating in our world today, and people are waking up, more and more. Like it's just there's a greater and greater awareness and interest in exploring our spirit, soul. We may have different words for it, but people are starting to tap into, yeah, there is something beyond the human mind. So I really want to support people in that journey.
Oh, that's beautiful. I did create a video about Akashic Records.
Mm-hmm.
Main of my public, they are people, have one feet in the matrix and another outside. So people come here for learning, to
Sure,
learn things. So that's why I
sure.
like to always to explain. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put in the description. I'm gonna direct them. They can find the what I
Right,
explain about Akashic Records. But you said beautifully all the information about everything that happened in this life, in past lives, is stay in a multidimensional space. It's not
right.
space, it's hard to explain. It's like an energy that gathers on that dimension, and each one of us has this ability to tap in, at least in our one, but you'll need to learn how to do it.
Sure, right.
And some people go a little bit more advanced and they are able to read from other people with their permission.
Yeah, absolutely. And it can be taught, all of this can be
Yeah.
taught. I mean,
Actually, there's another question. Do you teach how to read the Akashic records?
yes, I have taught some classes in the past, and a lot of people are asking me again. So I think I'm going to start up another cycle. So if folks are
Oh,
interested,
please
stay in
let me
touch.
know because I see myself learning how to do it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, I think it's very useful. All the tools that you can possibly have. Not the way I look at knowledge is knowledge will never hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Will always be useful.
Right, right.
It can hurt, but you need to. It's your decision. But it's always useful.
And
Everything you learn, sooner or later, you're gonna have the opportunity to use. And you will
sure.
decide if you do or not, because
Yeah.
you are here with free will,
Right, right, right.
right?
Yeah. And I think if we go in with the intention of uh, doing something beneficial, then that intention is going to be reflected back to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in the very beginning, when you started over there 15 years ago, I'm sorry, say
Mhm.
15 minutes
It,
ago,
it does seem like it was just yesterday, you know?
15 years ago, how you even find the clients? What do you do? Oh, I read Akashic Records. What is that? How do get find or the clients find you?
Well, doing expos has been a wonderful support. There have been a lot of people offering holistic fairs where various practitioners get together of various modalities, like the Soul Search fair where we met at. But there have been fairs like that, for a while. So that has been a wonderful
Oh,
opportunity.
I just went in two so far, and next week, and I'm going to my third one.
Hmm.
Well, the second was really a big fair, but I'm going to the third one in
Okay.
Scottsdale,
Uh-huh.
and they say that's a big one. Are you going to that one?
I won't be at that one, but let me know how it is because I do want to go eventually. I know I love going
Yes, there
to
will be
that
another one
area.
more to the end of the year.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited about.
Yay! Yay!
Yes. And what's the major question that people come to you about? Because when they come to you, it's because they want to learn more about themselves. What's
Right.
the major question that they come to you with?
Sure. Well, folks can have all sorts of questions. Sometimes people just want to learn more about their soul. They want to know more about their soul purpose. So we can start with that.
Mm.
Sometimes folks want to know a little bit more about where they come from. They're curious about their starseed origin. So I'll talk a little bit about places where they've been that have relevance to their path here. Sometimes, well, relationships are often a question because
Yes.
we value our relationships here and we want better and better ones. So people will often come in, either they're looking for the one or they want to see if they can improve the relationship that they have. And support for children. I also have that teaching background. So people might want to support their children or grandchildren or, know a little bit more about, what's their soul purpose? What are they about? How can I best help them through this, challenging time they're going through, things like that.
Oh, so the parent has the ability to ask you, to give you permission to look at the child's records.
Yes. So in terms of permission, our soul truth is really transparent to anybody who has the eyes to see. So it's not like we really can hide who, as we get to greater and greater levels of awareness, we really can't hide who we are. It's visible. So so we have the ability to tap into anyone's record if we're coming from a place of love and light, just to know more about them, to know how can I help this person. Not if we're coming from the position of like, oh, I want to know the dirt on this person, then no, the guides are going to be like, that's not what we're here for. But if it's from a genuine, authentic, heart-centered place, if I would like to know more about this person so I can help them and I can know how to guide them, then that type of information is open. But what we're not able to do is we can't change anybody's record without their permission. So
is that possible to change the record?
Well, it's possible to sometimes we have made soul contracts and agreements that aren't serving us and they're still kind of carrying over. So it is possible if a person really wants, they're like, this old pattern is driving me crazy. I got to shift it. We can look at what's the root of it and how to shift it. And in that case, we can consider it's changing their record. It's making a change in their pattern, but it's with their permission. So either it's the individual themselves that gives that permission, or in the case of a child, a parent can they can give permission on behalf of their child, but it's always best to ask to the extent possible. If it's because we want the souls to be involved as much as possible, but you might say it in a way that's understandable to that child's developmental level. Like it could be like, hey, I noticed sometimes you get angry with your brother. Is it okay if I do some energy work to help you with that, or something like that? You can ask it in like a general way, but we do want. So in other words, yes, we have permission without to support children, and we want to always gain their conscious permission as much as possible too.
Yes. Let me just explain a little bit for people that are never heard about Akashic Records and say, that's kind of psychic. I'm really afraid of spirits. And what if it's bad for me? So let me explain one thing. When you had that idea of Akashic Records reading, somehow your guides putting right in your face this podcast. Because there is a message for you there. Oh, Akashic Record, what is that? And then it doesn't go away. And then later on, you get that same message again. It's because there is something for you. Your higher self, your guides are always the one behind those type of intuition and guidance that you receive. And guess what? When you are in the reading, what will be shown to you is your higher self and guides managing. Because we are here for the experience. They're not gonna allow you to access an information that by access that information in a time that you're not supposed to, it will take you the opportunity of having experience that will help your spiritual evolution. So they're not gonna do it. So it is safe.
Yeah.
It is safe if you feel guided to explore more about your life's purpose, why this relationship is the way it is. So I really recommend that you connect with Galax and have a reading with Galax.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah. And we are always operating from the light, and so always wanting somebody's forward movement, wanting to support somebody's forward movement. So in terms of being afraid of what's going to come up, if somebody has that fear, then what's going to come up is a way to help them move beyond that fear. So whatever you come in with, the intention of the reading is going to be to support you in feeling better about that.
Yes. Do you have any other services besides the Akashic Records?
Well, so I do
You do a
private sessions.
lot of meditation. How you do the
Right.
meditations? What to the purpose of them?
Yeah, thank you. So I have a lot of, basically somebody can sign up for a private session and a lot of different things can happen in that session. So it could be something that is mostly focused on, you know, like a soul portrait, knowing more about your soul. What's your soul purpose? Maybe somebody wants to know a little bit more about their starseed origins, you know, so, you know, where have you spent time, and, you know, what's the mission purpose that you came in with to share on planet Earth based on your time in other worlds and dimensions. Um, it could be that somebody comes in and they really have an earthly challenge going on, relationships or career, money, and then we can gear the reading towards, you know, how to help you with that earthly challenge. Sometimes people have a dream they want to move towards, like, I just haven't been able to quite get to this dream. So the same thing, we're looking at how to clear any old patterns that are in the way. We can do what's called an Akashic Records Soul Clearing, and, you know, clear old contracts. And then in addition, looking at how to connect you with more of what you actually want. You know, if you really want more love, well, let's how can we connect you with that? So I'd say it's a multifaceted process. And then sometimes people do come in wanting to know how to interact better with another person in their life, whether it's a family member, child, neighbor. So those types of situations can come up as well, where we're looking at relationship dynamics and how to support forward movement. So in terms of private sessions, there are a lot of different ways that it can manifest. And then I also do classes as well. I do online classes, and looking to start up a private group soon. And then I have my, you know,
The classes are about Akashic Records or other things too?
so it's open. So far, the class I have coming up this month on June 22nd is called The Power to Be You. And it's all about, you know, having the courage to be yourself. You know, there's a lot of, you know, so-called forces. I don't want to give them power, but there are a lot of folks out there who want us all to fit in the box. Everybody look the same way, a certain way, act a certain way, you know, and that just isn't what we are here to be. You know, we're here to be unique. We're here to bring in our special gifts and our flavor of doing things. So this is really to help if anybody's been, you know, feeling frustrated with outer pressures to everybody conform and do it this way. It's like, this is to help you see beyond that and have the power and strength to stand your ground and be you. So that's coming up June 22nd, Sunday at 10 a.m.
Nice.
And
And
then,
the only thing people need to do is go to your website and then they'll be able to sign for this class.
yes, they can go to my website, starbornguide.com.
Actually, I have it here. I can show, or you would like to show yourself.
Okay. Yes, if you're able to show it, that'd be great. Yes.
Okay, so let me show and then you can tell me where to click.
Okay.
Before, let me put it straight on the page.
Okay.
This way you guys don't see other stuff. Okay. Can you see now? I see there is events, coaching, media, blog, gratitude.
Yeah. So if you go into the events tab and then click on the power to be you, you might have to click again though.
Yes, let me see.
Go down and
Oh,
then
I
click
think
there.
I need to
Yeah.
click here. Oh, okay, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, and then you just come here, you read the description, and then you can learn more.
Yeah. That's actually more about
From
my
here,
bio,
you
I
can
think.
also book a session and so
Yeah.
on. There is
Right.
some blogs that you are explain. Oh, those are your talks from the
Right.
experts. Nice. That's the one I was with you.
Yeah, that was a really fun time down at that expo in Santa
Yeah,
Monica.
yes, very high vibrational place. I really
Uh,
recommend. Yes, I love it. So let's stop sharing. And you agree to give like a mini read for
yes, yes.
one of our listeners. Her
Uh-huh.
name is Angela Vicente, and she's already on the waiting room. Can I bring her now?
Yes, absolutely. That would be great.
Okay. I will bring her and then I will ask her to ask the question.
Okay, perfect, perfect.
She's coming in.
Okay.
Yeah, this Zoom, you just need to give a little time to connect everything.
That's okay. You know, we're so
And
used to instant.
while we just keep looking at each other.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Yeah. There you go. That has been a pleasure to have you here with me.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad we get to connect like
And
this. I
I
just,
didn't know you were on that journey for since 15 years ago. That's amazing. I just stepped in like 3 years and a half
mm-hmm,
without to have no idea where I was going.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And things just unfolding. And
Yeah,
just at the beginning of this year, I really decided to embrace and open up and say, here I am, I'm here to stay, and I'm ready. I'm
yeah.
ready.
I'm so excited for you, and I'm so grateful that you are, basically walking your talk, stepping forward
Yeah.
and saying it's time. Yeah.
Angela, I we can't see you or hear you yet, but I think should
Okay,
be here
okay.
soon.
Um,
And okay, she's here.
Hi.
Hi, how
Hi.
are you doing, Angela? Let me introduce you, Galaxy.
Hi,
She does a
Galaxy.
Akashic record reading, and you have a question for her. You can go
Yeah,
ahead.
so you mentioned, right, what kind of question I would like to. So yes, I really want to know about like the flame. And
Mm,
then I was just listening to you about the contract. It's
mm.
funny that you're saying that because lately, like when you know the truth, I've been like, I want to cancel that contract with the because it makes no sense anymore. I know the reason that they did that, like we didn't know, right? We were, and
Oh, maybe you have to
like,
book a
I'm
session
like,
with
can
her.
I cancel that? Like literally, because I have
Yeah,
been talking like to myself, my higher self, and I'm like, let's cancel that. I already,
right.
know that. Okay, we learn, we're going through things, but I don't want the matrix interfere in my life anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you are right. We can cancel it, and then the important thing is to come up with a new contract. Because if we just get rid of something and we don't put something else in its place, then it's like there's a void. But if you're like, okay, well, instead of this, I want this contract. So
Uh-huh.
absolutely want to honor your inner knowing. And
That's really good to know. I thought I was just asking and nothing would happen, but after I
uh-huh.
heard you, I was like, "Oh, look at that!" It was
Ask and you
just
shall receive.
it was just interesting that I have been thinking about this, and sometimes I am
Right.
when something comes and kind of getting to me, I always express right. I want to cancel this contract because I
Yeah,
know the
yeah.
truth. I mean, I did sign for that kind of, maybe,
There
but
you
I
go.
so
Yeah.
anyways, it was very good to hear that from you.
Yes, we'll
And
definitely want
but
to empower
yeah,
that.
the main thing, yeah, I really want to know more about my like the twin flame thing.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So, when you say a twin flame, I'm imagining that you mean a romantic relationship.
Oh yes.
Yes. And do you have a sense of what you'd like in a partner, like how you would like things to be?
Oh yes, I do. And I'm trying to become more of that because I know we get what we are, not what we really want, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So yeah, like I have been having experience that I feel like people they don't really try. they don't really go deep. They
Mm-hmm.
don't really feel the other person. And I feel like on my, experience that I have had, I really do try. I really try to see the best of the person. I really put the energy of making that work, that intensity that I want back. I bring it in, and sometimes I don't get that back, and eventually I kind of get tired and try to find reasons to just get away of that person because I'm not getting there. So yeah, that's my vision, is somebody that will really connect for real, like
Yeah.
have connection, like and see me and like me for who I am and feel good to be around me. And those things, like when you appreciate somebody so much and you genuinely want to be with that person, you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
something like natural and beautiful, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank you. So what I'm understanding is that your experience so far has been you give a lot, but you're not receiving in return what you give.
Yes, I don't get frustrated with that they don't do that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just kind of get, especially now, it's been easy for me to let go once
Mm-hmm.
I understand I keep forcing. I'm
Yeah,
just kind of delaying the right
yeah,
person to come
yeah.
around. Yeah.
Thank you. So what if instead of giving in order to get, you just radiated?
Yeah.
Because it's like, it feels like there's like, okay, I'm going to give you this. And then when I'm really waiting for something in return, then I don't get it and I'm frustrated. As opposed to, I am it. I embody this love. It is me in every cell of my body. And I radiate it out. And someone just shows up who's like, they're drawn to it. So it's sort of like coming from the place of being full rather than I'm looking for it out there. I'm looking for it and not getting it. And then when we have a place in our heart that feels a little empty and we're looking outside, then we just sort of manifest that empty part that's looking for it outside.
Mhm.
So what if we can fill up that, it's just a small part, but that small part of the heart that feels a little empty, fill that up with love
Uh-huh.
so that you just give out, you just exude
Uh-huh.
like
Just be it,
love.
and
Yeah.
what is will come.
Yeah. And like sort of feeling like you have it rather than feeling like you have to chase it or look for it.
Oh, I see.
So how would it feel in your heart if you just felt loved? Wow, I am love. I am love and I am loved. And maybe you tell yourself every morning how much you love yourself, I am love and I am loved. And how does your heart feel when you tell your heart that?
It feels good. I have been like I was just talking about this with a friend. I have been doing the homework.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I see when I look at me, and when somebody loses me, I would say like that. I was like, whoa, he lost somebody like amazing, because I know what I can be and what I can bring in. But I have this sensation that if I was a man, I would love to be with me. Something like this. I like what I see. I like the person that I am. I feel, and I have been more in love with myself lately. Like I just said,
Yeah.
it does not
Mhm.
hurt anymore to make the decision to let somebody go. Even that
Yeah.
if I like so much, as soon as I get the answer that it's not for me, it's been easier right now, like in this time, to let go,
Yeah.
because it's kind of I have the answer already. I know I like I was just saying, I need to be what I want in order for it to come, right?
Yeah.
But I really feel that yes, I am on a different place now. I really love myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I am happy, like being not being with nobody. I have been. And
Yeah. Yeah.
even before, I would feel when I would have to let somebody go, because I'm kind of trying to meet this twin flame, you know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
and
It,
that's, I mean, what you say makes sense. Like I need to just relax, right, and let it happen. but before, when I would have to let somebody go, I would feel frustrated, like feeling like a wasted of time. I will have certain type of angry towards that person, because now I
Yeah.
don't anymore. Now I try
Okay,
to
yeah.
practice, okay, it's not me for that person.
Okay,
I hope
yeah,
that person like find happiness and
sure.
let mine, you know what I mean?
Okay, okay. So thank you. So I want to also acknowledge that you've been on a journey and you've already expanded in certain ways of you know, a greater ease it feels like when somebody isn't the right match. And that part of you that feels a little frustrated, like, I still want the right match to show up.
Mhm.
So I want to acknowledge that you are a being of love, and love is one of the gifts that you're here to share. And, 2 + 2 is more than 4, and everything's better when we're together. It's sort of that energy that it feels like you bring in, that you, in many ways, are here to live from the heart, so to speak. And it does feel like there's been some old contracts that we want to clear. So in terms of one that's showing up as a bit of being overly compassionate. So like your giving out to the world isn't always matched as much coming back. So it's not just about you per se, what you're holding in the heart, but the sense of the contract of, yeah, I'm going to give to other people, and I'm not looking out as much as whether I get things in return. That's an old contract. I'm not saying it's what you consciously want now, but it does feel like there's a part of you that came into this world feeling like, oh, I'm going to give, this world needs love. I'm going to give love. I got lots of love to give. And but then it can be draining, because there are people out there who don't want your love, who aren't accepting it.
Yeah.
And so it's any part of you that has a tendency to give love because of an old sense that that's what I'm supposed to do, and I'm supposed to give love where people don't have it. We want to really clear that part, that you're not, so that your energy can be more for you. And there's a lot going on in this world, whether we're always conscious of it or not, but sometimes it is in our face. There's a lot going on in this world that can be draining to a heart that's like very sensitive, and so we want to help your heart to feel really supported, that your love can be cherished in this world. So that you can walk into the outer world from a place of being cherished and treasured. And so if you imagine that your heart was cherished and treasured, like, well, really, really feeling that it's a treasure. Yeah, what might that give you?
Like how I would feel if somebody would really consider myself as a treasure.
Yeah.
So actually, I would feel amazed, because that's actually what I have been looking for.
Yeah. So I want you
But I do understand that in order to be fulfilled, I need to feel the same way towards the person as well, right?
But also what I'm wanting to start with is really feeling it in your heart for yourself all the time. Like, I am a treasure, really walking in the world. I am a treasure. I am it. So you're not looking for anything of value to show up to reflect it. It's just that you are it. You already are it. Sort of like you have it already inside of you so much that you don't need the reflection. And when you don't need the reflection, that's ironically when it shows up. But I am a treasure. And just notice all throughout your day, anytime somebody treats you with extra grace and they treat you like a treasure, because sometimes we're looking for the one, so to speak, we're only focused on that. But what I want you to do is notice every moment that somebody in your day values you. It could be you're standing in the grocery line and maybe somebody's really kind, they let you go first. Or it could be that, you're at the bank and somebody has a kind word for you. But notice all the ways in which there are people in this world who treasure you. So you can start to change that old story that says, oh, nobody values me. It's like, oh, wait, I'm valued here and here. And maybe even make a list for yourself of all the experiences you can think of where you've been treasured, and keep that list going. At the end of the day, say, thank you, universe.
Yes.
Today I had, this friend called and I know they really treasure me. And so you want to build up a story of success, so to speak, and start by noticing everywhere it is showing up. What you want is showing up. Does that make sense?
It does. It does.
Yeah, yeah.
I have to tell that to myself until I get used to it, until and then I will
Yeah,
end up becoming
yeah. Well, it's kind of like
habit.
yeah, it takes courage, and it's a new pattern. But as you get in that habit of gratitude, what we appreciate appreciates. So the more you're like, universe, this is amazing. I just had this awesome experience with this person. You're going to see more and more of it. So it's going to be, I'm really excited for what can show up from you when you come from that place of like, wow, I'm already celebrating it. Yeah. And the other thing in terms of old contracts is it does feel like there's a part of you that, even though on one level you're very, very open and open-hearted, there's a part of you that does have a little concern, and it might be coming, I think it's coming more from a past life situation, but a little concern about, do I have to protect myself in this world? I'm so pure and so innocent and giving, and there are others in this world who really aren't. And a little part that feels like in the past, when you opened up that much, then, beings came in that really weren't your match, but also really didn't treat you like a treasure. Mm-hmm. So we want to help you feel that you don't, on a subconscious level, feel that you don't have to keep away, block that experience, more that you're going to be so filled up with love, and also having support in your field for those who really do value and treasure you. So again, that's also that experience of, well, looking around and counting how many people do value and treasure you throughout the day, and feeling like it's safe for me to radiate love because I've got these people here who are valuing me and treasuring me, and it's safe for me to radiate love because I have that in my heart, that valuing and treasuring. Does that make sense?
It does. It does.
Yeah, yeah. So I know that's kind of deep, but those would be the two things I would really focus on for now. Is having that gratitude list of really noticing, almost make it a game for yourself. I wonder how many people today I can have an experience of treasuring with, and just kind of have fun with it, because that's gonna get things going in that direction that you're wanting. And then just maybe in your heart seeing that you are seeing your field is so full of love that nothing else can get in. That you don't have to protect yourself from anything, but your field is just so full of love. And you might have to do some cosmic showers of love after you read the news or hear the news, or hear of other things.
I don't even watch them.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, just be mindful what you allow into your field. Just keep make sure the love is always dominant, because that's that's really what you're here to bring in. How does that feel to you?
It feels good.
Okay, yeah. Great. Yeah,
yes, it feels yes, that's yeah, I still need to do the work on the homework.
It's okay. It's okay. It's play, make it play.
Yes.
Make it play, make it fun. And and you are such a treasure, and I can see all these angels around you saying, we love her. So you are also cherished in that heavenly realm, and to take time, also to add into, your game of looking for those who treasure you, tune into your team of light beings, because they definitely treasure you as well. Yeah. And they can help.
So you also said something like, some people, when they reach out to you, they as well looking for to know what their soul purpose is, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, interesting that she said that, because I have been like up and down on what I want. Like, I really wanted to wake up and find that who I am and what is my mission right here. But then sometimes I forget about that, and I go back to this relationship that I dream of and never happened. Right? It did never happen. So, and then like right now, when I was, listening to you like previously before, I got into the meeting, I was like, wow. So now I'm again thinking like, I really want to find my purpose, because sometimes I have the thought that maybe my purpose here, it is not to have this relationship, but it is my mission is different. It does not, there is no place for a man or a love.
I'm gonna respectfully offer a different perspective on that, because when people say that, oh, maybe a purpose, it's basically a part of you that's giving up, and I don't want you to give up. If your heart longs for it, the universe has the capability to offer it to you. And so we want you, any part of you that has felt like, oh, maybe I really don't need a man, you know, that's kind of like, those are the, what do you call them? It's the things we say to ourselves when we're giving up. And I don't want you to do that. You, this is an infinitely abundant universe. And, you know, I'm going to invite you to start seeing the shifts that happen when you start looking for all, you know, playing that game of looking for being cherished. You have the ability to bring this in. It is a step-by-step process, and you know, because we're just doing a mini reading here, we're not going into the full depths. But I'm going to invite you to take this taste here, play with it, see how it goes, and then if you want more, you know, we can always, you know, reconnect out, you know, outside of this, find another time and place. But just this is possible, and it's just, we make these subtle shifts that sometimes make really big shifts. You know, it may seem subtle, but like it's a quantum universe. You make a little shift in here and it makes a big shift out here. So yeah, you just notice how much you come from that place of possibility and really of come from a feeling of support. Feel your angels around you. They want to help you with this. They're going to hold you. Yeah.
That I'm very sure of.
Yeah.
You know, like it's when you know the truth, so you get confused as well, especially in the beginning. You know, that when I have those thoughts, it's most like connected with like what kind of contract I have signed when I decide to come in this time, you know?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's just.
But you're clearing that. You're making the choice to clear those contracts and have contracts for, you know, relationships that are more win-win, and for being honored and cherished. So you can maybe write that out for yourself. Write out what your new contract is and sign it. That way, anytime you start to think of the old contract, you're like, but wait, I got a new one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Another exercise to practice.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I want to empower you to know that you can do this. So yeah, so I'd love for you to try those things and maybe let Maria Eleonora know how it goes, or let me know. I'd love to hear how your journey unfolds, and I'm going to be holding a space of love for you and fulfillment and partnership.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was beautiful. And let me tell you, Angela, that when we have a deep desire on our heart that doesn't go away, guess what? It comes from our higher self. It comes from our blueprint. And it meant to happen. So don't talk yourself out of something that your heart desires so deep. So deep, because if you desire, it's because there is a place for it. And like Alex said, the universe is generous, abundant, and it's just excited, waiting to give what you want. That's all. It's just excited, waiting for you to play the game of happiness, to get to that vibration of receive, of finding that person. And I can tell you that I found my twin flame 16 years ago. And I remember I came to US, I had money, I spent 1 year just dating him, studying English, and having fun. That was the happiest year of my life. And I literally was shining wherever I would go. I was such a high vibration that time that that's when I attracted my husband. That's when I attracted my twin flame, because I raised my vibration high enough to match that relationship that I so wanted. And I was happy that was a version of him that was ready too. So you can do it. You can do it. Play the game. I can send you a message for you kind of every day on Sunrise. Remember how awesome you are, because I really treasure you.
Yeah, I'm not giving up. It's just kind of trying to be happy with myself.
Yeah.
Not expecting for happiness to come from the some outside. Even that I believe in twin flame. I like lately I do ask, is this like playing for this life?
Yes, yes. Because your heart decided, so yeah. Maybe you need some time now. Thank you for coming and to be so vulnerable and open up for us to do this exercise. And you are really helping people that is watching to see what type of transformation that can really comes from a meeting with Galax, or with me doing Reiki and channeling and many other of the guests that I'm bringing here. This is real, and what we have just done here, maybe it has a value of a year of therapy, conventional therapy. So I really want to thank you for accepting coming and do this exercise with us.
You both.
Oh, you're welcome. And thank you, Angela, for being so brave. And I want to acknowledge all the love that's in your heart and the tenderness, and just again, affirming that you're being held in love. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Alex, would you like to actually, we're almost in 1 hour, but if you'd like to do a little meditation, we can do, or we can, how do you feel? Would you like to do a meditation?
Well, since we were just talking about love, I feel like there's probably a lot of people listening that this could have stirred something up for. And so maybe we can do just a little connection with our heart. Does that sound okay to you?
Oh, yes, that sounds great for me.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So I'll just invite everybody listening to tune into your human heart. Feel your human heart beating. Take some deep breaths in and out. And some more breaths in and out. And then feel that light streaming into your heart. Feel the light of a star, perhaps. Breathe it into your heart. So your heart becomes lit up with starlight. And maybe there's some sadness in your heart. Maybe there's been some grief, frustration, anxiety, anger, all sorts of human emotions that we might be carrying in our heart. Let's allow that starlight to just bring everything to a sparkling place. Bring light to everything, light and new possibilities. So whatever you might have been feeling down about, feel that, oh, a new way is here. It's like the star is lighting you up from within. It's like your heart is becoming a shining star. And feel what it's like to glow from within. It's like your heart is a star that's now radiating out in many different directions. You're pulsing with your own joy, light, magic. Feel how different it is to walk through the world with your heart just radiating new possibilities, new energy. And especially take some time to feel that your light that you're radiating out is being met. It's being met by other beings of light in the universe who see and receive you exactly as you are. And there are some other people walking around with their star hearts lit up who see you too. Take a moment to feel what it's like to be met, that you radiate out and other people meet you and they radiate back to you. And it's that magic of joy and co-creation. And though there are many different types of relationships going on in the outer world, feel how you have the power to draw to you the relationships that are just right for you. And feel your star beings, your beings of light with you, guiding you every step of the way. And feel your heart constantly being replenished by starlight from above, constantly filling up with more and more light. With this type of light, you never get drained, you're just always radiating more. And feel how there's a place in your heart to receive all the light that others are shining to you. Giving and receiving this gift of light. And whatever you've been most longing for in your heart, take a moment to be with that longing, to acknowledge it, to honor it, and then invite in a gift from the universe to bless you in support of that longing. You don't know how that gift is going to show up for each person here. You may see something or hear something or sense something or maybe know something, feel something. Or maybe you're not sure what you're receiving. That's okay too. Since you've asked for a gift, just be aware that the universe is now going to be looking for opportunities to give you a gift. So pay attention to your dreams tonight. Pay attention to ideas that pop in while you're walking down the street. Just pay attention to gifts that show up randomly, seemingly randomly, but actually through the miracle of synchronicity. And say thank you now for whatever gift you just received and whatever gifts are on the way. And then take a moment to breathe some more deep breaths into your heart. Really seal in all that you've received. It's yours to experience, yours to share. Let's take 3 deep breaths in and out. Another breath in and out. And a third breath in and out. And may your heart be shining always with new possibilities. And so it is.
Ah, thank you.
You're
That was
welcome.
amazing.
Yeah.
Always welcome. Because love is our true nature, and there is only, every time you make a decision, you're deciding only in between 2 options, love and fear. And fear is just the absence of love and a call for love. And you only suffer when you get away from love. And it's so easy to come back to love. The only thing we need to do is come back to the present moment. Because when we come back to the present moment, we automatically connect to the truth of who we really are. That's love. And we can do that through guided, I call meditation, what you just did. You can do through doing anything creative that you enjoy doing. Grounding, appreciating, expressing gratitude. There are many, many tools. That means you always have the power to be happy and the decision. You just need to get off the automatic of be dragging by the matrix, anxious, just running and running towards things. I'm late. this and that, all that fear. Stop and just be. Galax, that was absolutely amazing. I can't wait to do this again in Spanish.
That'll be fun.
And I would like you to give us a departure message.
Oh, yes. Can you repeat what you just said?
Would you have a message from everybody that's listening right now?
Yes, yes. So in terms of a spiritual message, I definitely want to encourage everyone who's listening to really tune in to your heart and see what lit up for you during our time together. What are you feeling guided to explore more of? We, mentioned a lot of different opportunities, like, connecting with your heart, giving gratitude for everything that's in your day, tuning into the Akashic Records, tuning into yourself as a starseed. There's been a lot of different topics that we've touched upon. Just notice what's alive in your heart and see if you can find some way to explore that afterwards that feels right to you. And also always know that you are loved. If there is any type of challenge that we face, it can be so it can feel hard to our human heart not to have exactly what we want right in the moment, to be in that. But I want to invite you all to turn that into that place of longing. The longing is your power. Allow that longing to draw you forward to know that you are meant to be fulfilled. There are many tools to help you get to where you want to go. And if anybody wants to connect with me further, my website is starbornguide.com. I do have a newsletter you can sign up for. You can also go to my YouTube channel, which is also Starborn Guide. So I'm definitely available to support you in any way I can. And I'm sending you many, many blessings on your beautiful journey of awakening.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, everyone that stay with us for this hour, and each one of you that you're going to watch later. If you like what you hear here today, what you saw, consider subscribing. Go to my podcast playlist that you'll see a lot of other professionals, light workers, just like Galax. Thank you so much. Much love and light to you, and see you next time.
Right. Thank you.
You can stay a little bit. I just left.